Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. This is episode number 327 for Tuesday, the 24th of December, 2013. Good to see ya. I'm Robbie.
I'm Sasha. Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Awesome.
Just one more sleep to go, kids.
Yay.
One more sleep to go.
Now, coming up in the newsroom, just in time for Christmas, details of as many as 40 million customer debit and credit credentials have leaked in a data breach at Target. I know. Bad. A Google Chromebase desktop computer has been announced by LG. Life is good. BT will be blocking porn for all of its users by default.
Interesting.
Yeah. And Google has bought the company that made that dog-like robot that runs really fast. So stick around. These stories are coming up later in the show.
Tonight, also, we're going to be chatting with Dale Pearson from Subliminal Hacking.net. And you want to check him out, but we're going to be talking to him a little bit about these fake scam tech support calls that you sometimes receive or that you may receive. We want to let you know what to expect with that. Just kind of one of the current kinds of scams that are going on and happening through your telephone. So it doesn't matter if you're on Mac, Windows, or Linux. It happens through your phone. Yeah. So, like I say, Dale Pearson is going to be joining us in just a couple moments' time. Don't go anywhere. Looking forward to tonight. It's going to be a great show.
This is Category 5 Technology TV. Starring Sasha Dermatis, Hillary Rumble, Krista Wells, Eric Kidd, and your host, Robbie Ferguson.
To secure your company, you need confidence in a trusted solution. Technological leadership has made ESET a pioneer of the antivirus industry for 25 years. Continual research and development has earned us trust in our solutions. A long record of awards in independent security tests are proof of this, as are millions of users worldwide. ESET Endpoint Security Solutions for your business. Emerging threats are eliminated by our unique scanning engine with cloud-based technology. Low system demands ensure fast and efficient security. Web control prevents network overloads and controls online activity. With our easily manageable solution, you can oversee security on thousands of endpoints from a single console. Flexible, easily managed, and cost-effective. Endpoint security solutions from ESET. Proven. Trusted.
This is Category 5 Technology TV. So good to have you here. My name's Robbie Ferguson.
I am Sasha Dermatis.
And tonight we have a very special guest. Dale Pearson is joining us from subliminalhacking.net. We're going to be talking a little bit about some of these scams that are going on right now. Sasha, are you aware of these scams where somebody will phone you up and they'll say, "Hello, my name's Robbie. I'm calling from, say, Microsoft. Your computer's susceptible to this or that, and I'd like to fix it for you."
You know, I'm aware that they could possibly happen to me, but I feel like, knowing who I am, I feel like if I were to get a call like that, I might be one of those naive people who actually thought somebody from Microsoft was calling.
It could happen, couldn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, depending. I mean, and that's why something like this interests me so much.
Dale Pearson had it happen to him. Dale, good to have you on the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Dale, you had this happen, didn't you?
I did. It's like winning the lottery.
Just like... And it's like, they don't know who they're calling. I don't know if they've got some black book somewhere, or maybe they're just going through names in the phone book. Dale Pearson comes up, they pick up the phone, they dial you up, and what happens at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then, like you guys have mentioned already, you hear about these types of scams, and initially the phone rings, and I think, oh man, someone's just wasting my time first thing.
Yeah, another solicitor.
Yeah, I don't really need this.
Yeah. I want to talk all about it and hear about your experience, but the viewers are wondering, okay, what is subliminal hacking? Why is it kind of ironic that these guys would end up calling you, of all people?
Yeah, so Subliminal Hacking is a site that I founded a fair few years ago now, and basically my day job is running threat simulations for companies. But what I specialize in is social engineering techniques and kind of the tactics and the methods that people use to manipulate or influence people.
And these guys called him.
Oh, wow. How ironic is that? So did you know right away what was going on?
Yeah, straight away I kind of thought, wow, because I've said to friends before, lots of people ask me, these guys ever rung you, what are they up to, what are they trying to do? And I explain to them, just ignore it, they're trying to scam you, there's nothing wrong with your machine.
Yeah.
And so initially when the phone rang, I was kind of like, oh, these guys are wasting my time. But then at the same time, it suddenly clicked that here's an opportunity for me to, have some fun with these guys.
Absolutely. Well, I'd love to actually take a little look at some of the fun you had. Now, this took 3 hours of your day?
Yeah, a total of 3 hours. I haven't put obviously I didn't want to bore people so much with 3 hours of footage online. So what I did is I posted a video of kind of like the last 30 minutes. But essentially when they first called me, the initial plan was just to lead them along for a while, to run up a bill for them instead of, them getting some money out of me, charging those guys back. Right. That's when I had the idea of, which we'll cover, shortly, that, I'll set up a virtual machine, I'll change my internet-facing IP address, I'll let them hack me, just so I can experience what this is and really record it, because you hear a lot about it, but you don't really see what they're up to.
It's kind of like antivirus technicians. They sometimes have to let themselves get infected in order to know what it is that it's doing. Yeah, that's exactly what Dale has done.
That's incredibly brave.
We want to show you this because I think, Dale, part of your motivation here was the awareness of viewers and blog readers at subliminalhacking.net, and just the public awareness to know that this kind of scam is going on. We really need to understand that.
Yeah. And the main thing is you get to hear about the fact this scam happens, and you hear from people almost like in a third party sense that this is what happened, this is what they said when they spoke to me, this is what they tried to have me do.
Yeah.
But you don't often see exactly what happened and hear the exact language. So I thought it was a good opportunity to hear what's happening, see what's happening on the screen, see what's happening to your machine and what they're trying to do that you can't see.
Okay, so let's do that right now. This is a clip from Dale's website, subliminalhacking.net, of the phone call that came into him.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Very good afternoon to you, sir. My name is Clifford, the person you had a word with, the senior manager. All right. So at the same time, what I want you to do is close down this page, close the page.
The web page or the little box.
Okay. You'll come back to your normal desktop.
Okay.
When you return back to your normal desktop, you just need to let me know. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, can you see the option accept?
Okay.
Accept. Give a click on accept. All right, congratulations, sir. You've been connected to the rescue department where the certified technicians are working on your computer right now. So just leave the control of your mouse as he's going to work on the computer and show you each and every problem that is making your computer exactly in this kind of state. All right?
Okay.
So now at the same time, could you tell me how old is this computer?
I use a computer.
Yeah, how old is the computer?
About 5 years old.
5 years old. I believe that you are the authorized person and the main owner of this computer.
Yes.
All right. And what are the kind of activities you do on the internet? Is it surfing, emailing, shopping, browsing, Skype?
Just the internet.
I beg your pardon?
Just use the internet.
Okay, just use the internet. All right. So at the same time, by the way, exactly, you know for yourself, internet is a very high traffic zone, right?
Pardon?
Do you have any idea? You know that internet is a very high traffic zone?
High traffic zone?
Like I'm saying that, you know that internet is a very high traffic zone?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Like what happens? Like, you know, there are many people who uses the internet nowadays. All right?
Oh, yes.
So whenever you are online, you never know exactly how many people are online at the same time. So what happens exactly? Now, I do believe you have an antivirus.
Yes, yep.
Which antivirus are you using for your computer?
I don't know, it just came with it.
Okay, I'll just check the antivirus. Just give me a second. Just check the antivirus, which antivirus you're using for your computer. Alright, so I just got a message from my certified technician stating that you have no kind of antivirus for the protection of this computer. Are you aware about that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, you never know that. Alright. So now what can you see on your computer screen? What can you see? Could you tell me?
Lots of warnings.
Lots of warnings. Do you have any idea what are these warnings?
No, I don't know. Not good, I guess.
These are the kind... No problem. These are the very unsecured applications and the harmful links which are running in your computer, which is not safe for your computer and neither is safe for all the personal information and whatever you do on the internet. Because these are the kind of files which are getting downloaded from the gateway of the internet, which slowly by slowly it will affect the performance of the computer as well.
Oh, okay.
Alright? So at the same time, these are the kind of applications which are running in the computer, which is not totally safe and secured, which means that whenever you work on the internet, what happens, these kind of files, when it gets into your computer, slowly by slowly, it will intend to slow down the performance of the computer. Where sometimes you will notice, like whenever you try to turn on your computer, it will take 2 to 4 seconds to start up. Or whenever you try to pull up the internet page or do any kind of activities online, the page will also take some time to load up. Where sometimes as well, exactly, alright, sometimes as well, whenever you try to, whenever you try to work on your computer, sometimes the computer will take some time to get frozen up, where the program will not be responding. So these are the kind of symptoms that your computer can give you when you have these kind of errors and warnings. Also, apart from that, whenever you work on the internet, it's totally unsafe and unsecured. Because you never know who can get into your personal information, where all your personal files and documents, whatever you have saved in the computer, where there might be a risk of losing those important data as well. Alright?
Okay.
Wow.
That is just frightening, right? Because these guys pick up the phone. Dale, first of all, fantastic job, by the way. That's Dale from subliminalhacking.net. And one of the things, we were chatting there as the video was playing, and it just seems like the script was getting thicker and more manipulative as he was realizing that you didn't know what you were talking about when it came to tech. And I love some of your observations. Here we are looking at the event viewer, and these are severe errors, and it's DHCP or print spooler errors or something like that. So, wow. Dale, what is your overall impression of this as a professional in this field, and just having received this call and spending the whole 3 hours of your time with them? Is this a real threat?
I mean, it is a real threat. I mean, that's the kind of scary thing. The reason I let them along for so long was, and actually I was surprised they stayed with me for so long.
Yeah.
Because in the earlier parts of the call that you don't hear, I'm telling them, whilst I'm trying to build this virtual machine, I'm telling them stories like, I've got blue screen, and I'm telling them, I'm telling them hex error messages that I've got, and they're like, okay, yeah, let me get one of our other tech support guys to call you back, and then someone's calling me on a different number, trying to, they're really persistent. Yeah. They want my machine, they want my card details, they want to be keylogging my machine for the next however many years.
Absolutely.
Jeez. I have a question. After something like this happens, like say they call me and I end up talking to them and giving them information, at what point is it irreversible? Like at the point where you're letting them in there, is that already irreversible for somebody like me?
Yes, it kind of depends. So once they've got remote access to your machine, you see in the video, there's a lot of things happening in the background, so that they're uploading files to essentially maintain persistence on your machine. And you hear them say a few times, your machine is going to be running better than new as long as you don't format your machine. Yeah, and they say that a few times to be clear. And essentially, I mean, these guys didn't seem that particularly skilled, so I don't know, how well they're constructed, those malicious files. So it might be possible that a decent antivirus checker would identify those files and would remove them for you. However, if they are a more advanced threat, then really the only option you have is to format your machine and start again.
Yeah.
Because one of the other risks that you hear about a lot, not just these scammers, but with the ransomware version. So, if they get particularly upset with you, they could decide to encrypt all your files, and then you really have no recourse other than to start again and hope you've got a backup.
Yeah, because you really don't know when you're taking this call, who are these guys really, right? They say that there are 35 of them. I don't know if it's just a room of 3 college kids and, they're having fun and hacking into people's systems. What kind of motivation would they have to do this? I mean, so it seems like a prank. And we're getting a little bit of feedback. If I could you actually turn down your speakers just a little bit there for us, Dale?
Sure.
That should help. What is the motivation for somebody to pick up the phone and make this kind of call and go to all this effort to trick you into giving them access to their computer, to your computer?
Well, it's like any social engineering-based attack, really, that this particular one, it obviously requires some effort. And you mentioned before, how do they get your numbers and things? And they often use dialers, so they're just randomly calling numbers on a spool, and if someone answers, and there's a reception person available, they will take the call. That's the initial person you speak to, like the handler. Yep. He takes your call and kind of gets you on the hook, sort of thing, and then they pass you through to these more senior guys that are gonna make your world rosy again. But the benefit is there's really 3 things, and most people, when you hear them talk about this scam, is the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to take that credit card payment from you. In my case, they wanted to get £119 off me in the end, which isn't a great deal of money, but it's a lot of money for nothing. But the real problem is that they kind of hint to in that segment you just heard is they've got access to your machine. So every time your machine's on, they've got access to it. They can be keylogging you, logging into your bank, logging into Amazon or any of the online shopping sites that you use. Yep. As well as they've already got your credit card data, potentially, if you've made that payment, so they can be, using your card or selling it on to carders, that sort of thing. So there's really, 3 serious problems there. And as we mentioned before, that if it all goes bad, they might just encrypt your files just to really make your day a little bit worse.
Yeah. Here's a thought, Dale. I'm in Canada. You're located a little north of London in the UK. So our time difference, what time is it there? It's mid-morning at this point, right? So,
1:45, yeah.
So for you, I could be that caller. And sorry, we are getting a bit of feedback here, and it's a little, hopefully it's not distracting for the viewers. I hope that it seems a little bit better now. I could be that caller, and I could call Dale and pretend to be a Microsoft support rep. And think about this, if I get you to install that stuff, where are you going to be after this interview? You're probably going to retire for the night. So now I've got this opportunity at 2 o'clock in the morning, your time.
To do a full day's work.
I could spend a lot of time on your computer.
Wow.
Transferring files, personal files, pictures, documents to be able to take over your life and use modern tactics to become you.
You're gonna have a field day at my expense.
We've got the hair.
Jeez. Yeah.
We've got that down. Just need the T-shirt.
Jeez.
The T-shirt.
Is there ever a case when somebody calls you that in any way you should be giving them that sort of information? Ever?
No.
Never.
No.
So these people are really just capitalizing on the fact that people don't know that, like really non-educated victims.
Really, Adele? I mean, if I can just touch it real quick, with my customers, what I say is if you call me and I say, okay, now I'm going to help you out, I'm going to remote into your computer. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. You called me, you know that I'm a legitimate support representative. Mm-hmm. If somebody calls you and introduces themselves and says, I want to remote into your computer, instant red flag. Sorry, bye-bye. Right?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Why would anyone call you? So this affects everybody, right? I mean, these particular scammers, as you say, Dale, they weren't, they weren't up and up. Maybe they're inexperienced. Maybe they're young. And maybe they're just learning the ropes and learning the scripts. Maybe they're people that they actually hire people. It's possible to do these scams because they make a lot of money. So, with that said, we just. You never know, like, where the attack is going to come from and who it's going to be and what they're going to do with your data.
Yeah. It's best just to err on the side of caution at all times.
Sorry, go ahead, Dale.
Yeah, to say I think Sasha mentioned something about, if you kind of fall for this scam. I think one of the important things to understand is, I've had lots of people contact me since the video.
Yeah.
And it's not, you didn't fall for this because you were stupid. Per se, yeah, because they are, even though they're not really...
These guys are good, they're manipulative.
Yeah, they're manipulative, and, I mean, as you mentioned, whether you're using a Linux machine or a Mac or a Windows machine, this is happening over the phone, so anyone is susceptible, but as we know, anyone who works in IT, Windows machines, kind of have some problems, over time, so people get frustrated when their machine's running slow or, in their opinion, the internet isn't running as fast as they'd hope.
Yeah.
So when you've got that kind of thing going on, especially around the Christmas season when people are trying to buy stuff, you get a phone call from someone out of the blue, and it probably does seem really suspicious. But then when someone is telling you that you've got these problems with your computer, in the social engineering context, we call it a yes set. So what's happening is that part of influencing you is you've got problems with your computer, haven't you? Yes, I have. You'd like me to help you, wouldn't you? Yes. Let me show you all these problems you've got. Can you see all the problems? Yes, I can. You'd like me to fix them for you, wouldn't you? Yes. So just give me this money and we can go away. Yes. So this is what, it's not that you were stupid. There's some science behind it.
Absolutely. It's like the sleight of hand magicians who are able to manipulate your thoughts, so to speak, or read your mind by suggestion, right? And you could sense through their script that it was getting more and more suggestive. Mm. Mm-hmm. And so I was starting to sense that even in the short couple of moments that we watched. I would encourage you to check out the full video if this interests you. Go over to subliminalhacking.net. There's a link right on your homepage as of this moment. That's going to stay up there for a little while, I presume.
That's right. It's one of the featured blog posts. So it's the wasting time with the PC wizard scammers.
Very good. So beyond, now of course there's, our purpose here tonight, and Dale's purpose with subliminalhacking.net and the post there is that public awareness and to let you know that this kind of scam exists so that you can be protected by, there's no antivirus that's going to help you from this. It's really just understanding. So how can we really, Dale, protect ourselves if we sense that this kind of call is coming in and this is happening to us?
I mean, the easiest thing, it's not as easy as it sounds, is obviously using something, some critical thinking. So what is in it for this, this remote company, this random person that's called you? How could they possibly have known you've got issues? Did someone, a friend or a family member get them in touch with you? So you need to kind of qualify, why they're calling you, not because they say that you've got problems with your computer and, you might be running XP or Windows 7 or Vista. That's, they're guessing, just trying to get a hit from you.
Sure.
So, and as nice as Microsoft are, they're not going to be calling you about a problem that you may have with your machine to fix it, and no one's going to be doing it on their behalf.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, and as you mentioned before, you don't need to be giving anyone your passwords or going to sites or anything. Not unless you trust this person. And you definitely don't trust someone who randomly calls you out of the blue that you've never heard of before.
Random cold call. Well, Dale Pearson from subliminalhacking.net, it's a pleasure having you here. We appreciate your expertise, and just, even just having captured this is an amazing just thing to have had happen.
Yeah,
just being at the right place at the right time and having the right gear, right? So we appreciate you doing that for the community. How can, what will people find when they go to subliminalhacking.net beyond, this particular kind of exploit or information?
So really what the site's about is bringing awareness both to professionals and, just the general consumer on kind of the tools, the tactics and techniques that people use in a social engineering, context. So, what are the processes that people use to phish people? What does that look like? How do social engineers use language, on the phone to try and, influence you to do something, or even in person? So that's really the idea, and to talk about kind of my journey of discovery of, understanding how this stuff works and how people are influenced. And, really my main thought is that, if you're aware of the process, if you're aware of the techniques, what people say and the way they frame things and how they construct sentences, that's going to put you in a better position to, understand when someone calls you and says things in a certain way, it's going to trigger something in you to say, hey, this doesn't sound quite right, whereas before perhaps it would have just kind of flown over your head. So the whole thing's about awareness.
Wow. Very, very cool. Love what you're doing. Yeah. Subliminalhacking.net. Dale, thank you so much for being here, and do check out his website. Dale, have a great night.
Thank you, Dale.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Take care. This is Category 5 Technology TV, and just a pleasure having Dale on tonight to discuss this particular issue. And we've mentioned it in the past with our viewers that this is a real issue that we need to watch out for, because they are so tricky, and as I hope we were able to get across tonight.
Yeah, we've talked about it it happens in the mail, it happens on the phone, it happens obviously in your email, and you just have to, the more you talk about it, the better you're equipped for when it actually may happen to you. So
I even had a customer just today who clicked on an email that took them to what looked like a login form for their email.
Oh.
So then they're
shady.
Like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. And so they entered in their username and password, and 35,000 spam emails started blasting. Similarly, on Twitter, there's one that goes around as a direct message, and it says something along the lines of, is this a picture of you? And you click on it, and what does it do? It says it's a Twitter picture. You have to be logged into Twitter. And it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. I am logged in, but it's asking me for my username and password. So without really thinking, it's manipulated me into entering that information. These are called phishing scams, and this phone scam is sort of similar to that, because it tricks you by manipulating you into thinking that you need to provide information. And they make it so easy for you to be able to give them access to fix the problem. They'll show you the problems. And as you saw there in Dale's video, they were talking and using like the sleight of hand,
right?
Or what do you call it? Misdirection. So the guy on the phone was talking, obviously not the person controlling the mouse. He's talking and saying, so do you have an antivirus? And the guy in the background is going click, 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 and installing things and removing things and changing the view in Event Viewer to make it so that it looks like there's a bunch of errors.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the guy, if this was a legit call, is thinking, yeah, I think I do have antivirus. Maybe not even watching what's going on the screen as they think about it. They're probably, misdirection. Do you have antivirus? Which one? Your eye goes down to the clock, the taskbar, and thinks,
that's right.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not looking at anything else. Exactly.
Because your eye has gone down there because it's misdirection.
See.
Right? Very, very sneaky in the way that they
see. I mean, in order to get that far, they have to get you on the phone, and truth be told, a lot of times when you have a problem, it's so hard to get a hold of whoever your provider is, right? To get your problem solved. That you have this backlog of complaints already built up inside you, so when they finally do call you, you're like, oh good, you've been on my list, I've been meaning to call you, good, log right in.
It just happens to be Microsoft themselves. Go right to the man.
If you're gonna have to be on hold for 27 hours to talk to them, they're not calling you.
Exactly. Yeah, and being in the business, I know, we provide remote service, but we charge for it,
right?
Legitimately so. The show is free. I'll remote into your system and I'll help you out with TeamViewer, and we do that. But this is a very unique thing. This is not a technical support business.
This is not typical.
It's a television show.
We won't ask you for your credit card
We
number.
might.
Oh, maybe we will.
Instead, we'd probably rather give you a credit card. How's that for a segue?
That's perfect. And how would they do that?
Well,
Robbie?
I've got
Why
these.
would be-
I've got these
What?
prepaid. You see that?
Oh, Visa.
Visa.
Nice.
Yeah. This is
Beautiful.
a prepaid Visa card. Comes to us from ESET, and it has $25 already on it. Now it's not a. Some people said I got an email saying, "Oh, I don't want a credit card." This is not a credit card. This is
It's a
like a
gift
gift
card.
card.
It's a gift
but because
card.
it carries the Visa logo, you can use it where Visa is accepted, and there, it's within certain restrictions. But basically, it's like a Visa card as far as who accepts it, but it's just a gift card.
And how would you get that?
All you have to do this week, we're not going to give it away with Drawbot, and the reason for that, I really want you at home, those of you who are watching this and can't watch, can't watch live. We want you to be able to participate in the draw.
Right.
So last week I mentioned it. This week we're going to do it again. All you have to do is email live@category5.tv, and in the subject line I need the word ballot, and in the body of the email I need your registered username. That's going to be your way of casting a ballot. We're going to enter all those names into Drawbot,
Seems
and
simple
you
enough.
will be a part of the draw next week when we do the show.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you.
Cool.
We will give you a credit card, a gift card.
Yes. We would love to.
See? Now, Robbie, I think it's time for the news.
Is it time already?
It is time for the news.
How did we get here?
I know. Time flies.
I love talking security stuff.
I love when we have people to interview.
Yeah.
It's my favorite, especially when they bring chocolate. Remember that time?
I do remember that time. You tend to remind us.
We haven't had a chocolate interview in a while.
We need to set one up.
I'm here.
It's in the works,
right.
folks. It's in the works. You ready for it?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Target said in a statement Thursday that approximately 40 million credit and debit card accounts may have been impacted between November 27th and December 15th, 2013. The data stolen is reportedly track data which can be used to clone cards, according to Brian Krebs. ESET is warning shoppers to check your accounts for suspicious activity, ask for replacement debit or credit cards, choose a stronger debit PIN or just change your PIN, likely, check your credit report, and they're telling people to change their Target.com password. So if you do have a Target.com password, go ahead and give that a change and just protect yourself.
What great timing, eh?
Wow, Merry Christmas.
Did some Christmas shopping
Yay.
at Target, and like I needed another reason not to shop there. But enter in, swipe your card, and now 40 million credit cards and debit cards are stolen.
That's a lot of people that were shopping at Target over Christmas.
It is.
Wow.
Well, it must be multiple stores. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know where the stores are. We don't know any of this information yet. Maybe it's come to light and I just haven't heard about it yet.
I mean, it could be
Wowzers.
from online, right? You can shop online for Target things, can't you?
I think what has happened is, from what I'm putting together, is that these are actual debit terminals in the stores that have been fracked. So someone has gotten in and been able to install chip readers or something.
To all of them?
Or just to enough that they got 40 million cards. That's a lot of
Wowzers.
swiping. But you're talking your card number, your expiry date, your name, quite possibly. All the information that I need to place an order on Amazon with your card, I now have. If I was the guy, I'm not.
He's not the guy.
I'm not the guy.
He's likely not.
Let's
the guy.
get that settled, NSA.
We'll know if
Not
there's no
the
show
guy.
next week.
Yeah. We got new cameras this week. We got 20 of them, and they're
Studio's
panoramic.
built.
And I go
Thank
like
you
this,
to
and it's like
our-
a scene from The Matrix.
Our 40 million contributors.
Yes. We just took 1 penny from each one. It should be okay, right? Oh, boy.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're one of the victims from the Target scam.
Basically, I think the
Sorry.
moral of the story is, if you shop at Target, if you have this year, what are you going to do?
Change your
Cancel your credit
No,
card
you know what?
2 days before Christmas?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the truth be told, credit cards usually have insurance on them. So if you have a problem, right, then
that.
it's going to be covered by your
But
credit
it's
card
frustrating
company.
as anything.
It's frustrating.
And you've got payments that are coming out automatically. And
yeah.
you've maxed out and you've had to cancel your card and you got to call everybody and change. That's just a nightmare.
It's more, to me, it's more the fact that credit cards have their insurance and your mortgage payments don't come out of a credit card. But let's say it's your debit card and your mortgage payments come out of your bank
checking account. Hello.
Right? Oy.
Can I bring something up that I know that this is supposed to be the news.
That's okay. I like to draw out the news, so let's do this.
I'm just always looking for ways. Are you ready for this?
What are you showing us?
I'm showing you Microsoft.com case studies.
Okay, let's see.
You ready?
Yeah.
Case studies for Target Corporation at Microsoft.com. Yeah, this is legit, folks. Case studies. Microsoft, I don't know if you want to remove this from your site, if you really want to be bragging about this. Target Corporation, large retailer, relies on a virtual solution to deliver optimum shopping experience. And it goes into how Target is using Microsoft's products to deliver all of its credit card and debit card safety, and I just had to throw that in there.
Merry Christmas.
It's a case study about Target using Microsoft Windows, and they just got hacked big time.
Yeah, that won't even be online for very much longer.
Yeah,
that's
I have
for
a
sure.
feeling that we were the last to see it here. It burned just like Compass Fusion.
So LG, this is great because one of my favorite sayings is "Life is good." Not from LG. I like
You're
it.
their spokesperson.
It turns out.
No, really, life is
good. They stole that from me. Okay, LG announced this week a new desktop computer called Chromebase.
No way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Way. The Chromebase is an all-in-one desktop computer similar to Apple's iMac. It runs Google's Chrome operating system, an operating system based on the Chrome web browser. The computer has a 21.5-inch HD display, 16 gigabytes of storage, and a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera for video chats.
That's wild.
This is good.
I need to just touch on, because when you hear 16 gigabytes in today's landscape, you think, okay, a 16 gigabyte SSD, what's that? That's like, my phone has more storage than that. Neat thing about Chrome OS is that it uses online storage for your files.
You're ruining my news story.
Oh, you're going to talk about this?
We're getting there.
I can't wait. Tell me all about it, please.
This is the first time someone has made an all-in-one PC running Chrome OS.
Yeah.
Chrome is a bit different from Windows and Mac because it requires you to be online for just about everything.
I was just saying that.
It's crazy, clearly. While you can store files on the computer, it's best to use Google's online storage service Drive, which is very similar to Dropbox. So it's called Drive, not Dropbox. While Chromebooks aren't as versatile and can't run as many apps as regular PCs, they're pretty good for people who just want to do basic online tasks like checking email, reading news, watching videos. Computers running Chrome OS are typically much cheaper than Macs or PCs.
Too true.
LG didn't give a launch date or price for Chromebase, but we should learn more when the computer is formally unveiled at the Consumer Electronics Show in early January.
Sounds awesome.
So life is good. Sounds good.
A lot of people these days, you say, well, what do you need a computer for? They call up and they say, I need to buy a computer. Okay, well, the first question out of my mouth, what do you need it for? Internet?
The internet, yeah. Check my emails and the internet.
You don't really need much. Guess what? Chrome OS is really the perfect solution because, it's not susceptible to viruses. You turn it off and on again, and it's back to nice and clean, and it's all internet-based.
Yeah, pretty much the only other thing that people who aren't real users use their computer for are things like Skype. And this has the built-in camera with the 1.3 megapixel.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
And it's non-proprietary, so it'll have USB ports, too.
I like it.
There you go.
All right. The UK broadband provider BT has announced the launch of a new internet filter designed to protect children online. The filter is, somebody has to.
Sounds good, right?
Right. The filter is designed to block sites deemed unsuitable for children and will automatically be set to on for new users. Customers who do not want the service will just have to actively choose to turn it off.
Okay.
The move comes after the government called for internet service providers to filter legal pornography and other adult subjects by default.
Legal or illegal?
It says, well,
Legal.
it says legal.
We're talking just normal,
Normal legal pornography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not talking stuff that is illegal.
No,
They're
we're talking
blocking
about
everything.
stuff. Yeah. Until
Blocking
you choose to unblock it.
Right.
Right?
So I can hear, for some reason, we're going to hear about it, the whole freedom of, they'll call it freedom of something.
But you
and
can
they'll say that you're violating, but you can opt out of that service.
See, it's better. I mean, if you're an adult, right, and you're bringing home a computer and you have children in the house and you don't think to
Or you
filter
don't.
these things off. But
I don't want to see this crap.
Right, okay, that's true.
I'm not
yeah.
a kid, but I don't want to see it when I plug in my computer.
Right, but you wouldn't think to filter it off. But the thing is,
Right.
if you're looking for it, you're gonna look for the filter to turn it, right?
There you
So it's best to have it actively, like the filter turned on. It's best to have the
Sure.
filter turned on because anybody who wants to is going to actively look to turn it off, as opposed to the other people who might just be naively turning their computer on, plopping their kids in front of the computer,
Right.
and not really thinking
And saying,
about it
"Here you
because
go.
it's not something
Go
that's on
find
their
some
mind.
videos to watch.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it makes sense this way. I mean, people might be up in arms about it, but the people who are up in arms about it would probably know to go and turn that filter
Go
off.
turn it off if you
right?
want to.
If they were upset, you would think.
I make it akin to cable TV or something. It's like, if I don't want those kinds of channels, don't subject me to it.
Mm-hmm.
If I do, then I need to call the cable provider and say, add that to my package.
Right.
No pun intended.
Sorry.
Sasha.
The BT parental control filters will cover any internet-enabled device connected to its home broadband service.
Fantastic. Moving right along.
So, fourth news story.
All right. Whoa.
Google has acquired the engineering company that developed Cheetah, the world's fastest-running robot, and other animal-based mobile research machines. Boston Dynamics.
way.
Yeah, this is cool.
These guys have always been cool, but they've bought them?
I kind of wish we had a video of this. This would be good.
They're available.
Okay. Boston Dynamics, which contracts for the U.S. military, is the 8th robotics company snapped up by Google this year. Huh. Both the price and the size of the project, which is led by former Android boss Andy Rubin, are being kept under wraps. However, analysts say the purchases signal a rising interest in robotics use by consumer internet companies.
I'll say.
So, what will happen now? Google's buying them all. This is after that news story that I said where Google wants to predict what you're thinking,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And we're hearing more and more, even, with the story about the...
Google's kind
The
of freaking me
helicopter
out
from
lately.
Yeah, but imagine
I'm kind
the
of
things that they can do.
I'm
And
respecting Google.
Awesome. And they've got the AI for it. They've got the
Yeah.
Google Street View and the ability to intelligently plot courses and things. So with that ability, plus a super fast cheetah robot,
I know. Google is like
just think of the potential.
Google's like the boss. I like it.
The boss.
Anyway, those are the news stories. And
I even put it on there for you.
It is?
It is
Oh,
there.
goodness. Get the full stories at category5.tv/newsroom. The category5.tv newsroom is researched by Roy W. Nash with contributions by our community of viewers. If you have a news story that you think is worthy of on-air mention, email newsroom@category5.tv. For the category5.tv newsroom, I am Sasha Dermatis.
Thanks, Sasha.
You are welcome.
I want to say welcome to our newly registered viewers. We've got Chris M510 this week, Deb Club, Udo B, Dave Tech, Alias, Rafi, Cruz Miller, and
Nikki.
nice to see you.
Nice. Welcome.
Thanks for being with us.
All of you registered viewers. Awesome.
Do you want to backtrack a little bit because we're kind of getting ahead? I want to hit some viewer questions before we get too far, but I'll let you kind of cover this kind of stuff as I get a picture ready for you that I want to show you.
Okay, well, I would like to say first that Category5TV is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. cat5.tv/TPN and the International Association of Internet Broadcasters, cat5.tv/IAIB.
Thanks, Sasha.
You're welcome, Robbie.
I'm so excited because the perks have started flowing from our Indiegogo campaign. Mm-hmm. Right? Here is a picture. This was sent to me today just to let our viewers know that the Category 5 Technology TV logo stickers are on their way.
Yay!
This is a picture of Max, who actually works over at stickeru.com, and there he is packing some stickers into an envelope to be shipped out.
Yay! Thanks, Max.
Thanks, Max.
That's great.
There they are. You can't really get a good look at the stickers or Max. They're both cut off.
That's true. This is a partial shot of Max and a partial shot of stickers.
But all you need to do is be tuning in next week. We're going to show you more as these stickers work their way into the package. And we've got more pictures for you.
Get out into the mail.
Yeah.
All right.
They look great. I can't wait. They've shown me all the proofs and everything. This is a company in Toronto. We love working with a Canadian company, proudly Canadian. Mm-hmm. And these are die-cut vinyl clear stickers. They are waterproof. They're everything. These are the best stickers that you'll ever find anywhere. But you'll notice that he's actually packing in stickers of different varying colors. So you can put them on dark surfaces or light surfaces, and they'll work.
This is good.
It is. Okay. All right. Are we ready to... Do we want to...
Are we doing the viewer questions? There was a question that was started, I guess, in the last episode with Eric.
Yeah.
And so we just want to continue from there.
Okay. Well, last week, as you know, we're talking about D-Man 810's question here.
Yes.
Of course, about the MIDI files and playing them from a PHP script. Now, I'll let you know, last week it wasn't working out perfectly. It should have been, but there was something going on that I couldn't tell what the problem was because we ran out of time for troubleshooting. And we really did. We had to move on, and that was an unfortunate case. However, I had the chance to look at this this week and just give a quick boo to my event viewer and everything. So let's go back to var/www. Not going to take a whole lot of time here, folks, so follow along. I'm going to... All right, move.save to... old index. Okay, I'm going to call my file oldindex.php just so that I have last week's file.
Oh, okay.
Because I've also fixed it.
So you're going to bring that up then?
I am.
Awesome. Not
all
done.
Right. Okay, so oldindex.php is where we want to go. Localhost /oldindex.php. All right. So, with that file, there we go. Echo. Looks like I left an ec, which was part of an echo. Let's see if that fixes her. There we go. So there's my player as we had it last week. And when you hit play, it does absolutely nothing. So I had the discussion, okay, well, what's actually going on there? Hit play. Well, what's happening? Okay, so let's go back to our terminal, and here's what's going on. We're going to go tail. Whoa! What's going on? I think I left some of my fix in the cron. No, I didn't! What? My script should have worked last week. It really should have.
Maybe the volume was down last week. Was it
tail. No, not tally. Okay, sudo tail var log messages. What does it tell me? But see, look at what we've got. We've got all these pulse audio errors. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do?
Sorry.
Oh, Sasha, we love you.
You fix things so fast.
It's just like that. Just like that. Okay, you know what I did? I added I added we know it's www-data. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know that? Because we echoed the exec of who am I, the Linux command, on our script. So you saw that last week. I don't need to show you that again. But then I had to add that user, so www-data, to the pulse-access group. Because what do I notice as I look in my terminal? That all the errors that I was getting are all pulse audio related. Right?
Oh, okay. So that's how you figured it out. There you go.
Yeah. So I was looking at that var log messages. So what I would want to do is do a group or a user mod, right? Sudo user mod. Yes. So with user mod, we can add the user to any group that already exists, right? So user mod space -a. We're going to add to -g the group pulse access www-data. There we go. So we've added us to that group. This is because I'm using Pulse Audio. Here's the neat thing to find when I figured out that it was a Pulse Audio issue, is the fact that this won't affect you if you're using a headless server, because you probably aren't using Pulse Audio. You've just got ALSA. Maybe you're using Pulse Audio. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be as big of a problem. I also try...
Sorry.
I know.
You know what? To be honest with you, what just went through my head is the fact that he said headless server, and I have no clue what that is. And
it's a server without a monitor, without a GUI.
Okay, thank you.
So do the other ones work? If I click on O Little Town of Bethlehem and hit play? It seemed like it was... Yeah.
Yeah?
It was like about to play. And I just hit away in a manger at the same time. There you go.
Wow.
Ha! So all we needed to do was just add us to that group. Pulse-access.
There you go.
I also added it.
Easy fix.
Added www-data to audio, just in case, but I don't think that's what fixed it. I think it was because it was a Pulse Audio error.
There you go.
Imagine
there
that.
you have it.
So the code from last week worked.
Super. Now I have another question
all right.
here. Maybe
I think the song
should we turn off Away in a Manger?
This is like something. Okay.
This is our Christmas special.
Kill
Here we
all.
go.
Yeah. So why am I muting it there?
There we go. Might as well listen to a little.
Okay.
Right.
Kill all. It's horrible. It's MIDI.
It's what?
It's like old FM synthesis.
This is perfect. What are you talking about?
It's really nice. What are you talking about?
It's nice.
Kill
For
all
the headless servers out
-9
there.
play MIDI. Oh, not permitted. Okay, sudo kill all. There we go. All right. I killed it.
All right, I have a question here from David Masters.
Hey, David Masters.
He says, "Hi, Robbie.
Hello.
I use a free open source media server based on Perl that up until recently was maintained by Logitech. Okay. It's Perl based and runs on Linux and Mac and Windows, supports OGG, FLAC, and most media formats except the DRM stuff.
Oh.
It has
an alternative to the stuff that we were looking at, Hillary and I, with building a media server.
I guess so.
Cool.
It also has recently added an option to share the content via DNLA.
Cool.
It allows media to be played on any PC and has a web interface.
Cool.
Originally designed to support the now discontinued Squeezebox line of network music players, it also supports open source software-based clients that run on Windows, Linux, and Mac. So
that's great. What's the program called? And we'll post a link for you in the show notes of episode number 327.
It probably says that somewhere here. Is it the Slim Devices Squeeze Play? Squeeze Play? Is that
Squeeze Play? Sounds right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
we'll
there
post
you
a
go.
link for you. Thanks for the
Super.
tip. So if you're interested in building that kind of multimedia server, maybe this is something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Here's a fun tongue-in-cheek sort of post from Phil.
Okay. Hey, Phil.
So, Phil quotes you and says it costs about 25 cents for each download of an HD episode, high-definition episode of Category 5.
Okay.
Would you pay $1 per month to offset the cost? $2 a month to pay... $2 a month to more than pay for usage? And what are your thoughts? This is...
Those are my words.
Those are your words.
From my blog at baldnerd.com.
And this is Phil. He's cute. Here we go.
Okay. Hey, Phil.
Says, say what? Last week I downloaded the web dev series from season 4, 12 shows. Does that mean he stole $3 worth of food right out of the mouths of the Ferguson children?
It does. Poor kids.
Either he's misread something or he's a horrible person. And on that other audio only show, he heard you say that the average Category 5 show gets 65,000 viewers, and who knows how many of them download huge files. So
It's closer to about 62.
okay.
Okay, so the 25 cents per download thing.
Yes.
This
What
is-
is that?
The show costs a lot of money
Yeah.
to run. Now, okay, first of all, you were asking about, you downloaded some older stuff where Krista and I back in season 4 did the series on web development.
Okay.
That's cool. When you download anything that's older than 5 weeks old, it comes from a very specific content distribution network.
Okay.
Or whatever you call the CDN. That CDN is low cost, low speed, and generally fairly low maintenance.
Okay.
It's slower. You'll notice that the files download slower. But my cost, the show's cost, is much less when you download from those. Every time we release a new episode, it goes up on our best CDN, our fastest CDN, and therefore our most expensive CDN. Because people who are watching the show brand new, fresh, they need to be able to get it fast. The problem that we encountered is that over the past few months, there were an increasing number of people who would download all 327 episodes in one fell swoop.
Oh.
And at that time, we had everything hosted in one basket. It was very expensive, and we got hit all of a sudden with this bill that was astronomically higher than we're used to. So I had to very, very quickly figure out a solution. That's where this blog post came in, where I was talking about the costs of distribution.
Oh, okay.
And those costs break down to be very, very high because of the amount of viewers that we have. So is it stealing to take our file that cost me 25 cents? Well, no. Because when you go to our website, there's also banner ads, which people do click on. And when you do, we get paid for that as well.
Okay.
Right? So there's a balance.
So by and large, it balances out.
It really does. Yeah, there are times where it doesn't. And it's always in the favor of me having to put out money.
Right.
Lately. Because we've grown a lot over the past little while, and with that growth comes added expense, which is why we've also revamped our player on our website. You notice that it's a little different. We're not using YouTube on our website anymore because
Right.
YouTube does not monetize well with its embed codes. It's okay when you go to youtube.com and watch us through that, they monetize, but it doesn't really work out if it's on our website. So we have our own player, and it generates revenue. So it balances it out. So if you download the show from our website, hopefully sponsors are paying for that for you. And
Right.
anything else that you'd like to chip in is really, to help us to expand the show, build the studio, get better cameras. all that
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
No, that's a really good question. Thank you so much, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
What time do we
We've got
have?
about
We have
3
time
minutes.
for
A real quick one.
a real
Thanks
quick
everybody
one.
for your questions. Merry Christmas to you. I hope that you're having a nice Christmas season.
Yeah.
Can I say, can we take the last 3 minutes just to think
Yes.
about Rob Gore, who is he is a big fan of the show. Rob, man. Now,
Rob.
okay, so he's got this picture that he's asked for all of the co-hosts and myself to autograph. So I wonder if you could sign kind of somewhere around here.
Somewhere around me?
And he got back to me and said, yes, he is buying a solid gold diamond-studded frame for this. So we do need to leave room for the frame.
Okay, so
So
I'll
that's the
sign
only thing.
up near my arm.
Yeah, anywhere in there. Sure. As long as it shows up all right. So Rob Gore is, we're thinking of this guy, great friend of the show, and is probably sitting watching us from a hospital bed right now after surgery. So hope everything went very, very well, my friend. And I hope the Wi-Fi is working well tonight.
Oh, yeah.
How's our frame rate? Is it good? So there we go. Sasha D on there for you.
There we go. That's for you, Rob.
All
Oh,
right.
get well soon.
Indeed.
Oh, buddy.
Thinking of you. All right.
Hospital food. Mm-mm.
Yum. Delicious.
Yummy.
As long as there's Jell-O.
And it'll be green or red
Will it?
tonight.
Is that?
Well-
Oh yeah, Christmas colors. I just caught it. Nice.
Coming in.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Right out of time.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Goodness, it's been a great year.
Bit of a laid back evening tonight.
No, Christmas Carol's not like last year, which is good because I've been battling this cold.
We all have. It's been funny here in the
stifling.
studio. And this is probably the hot spot. This is the hub.
This is probably
This is 'cause
ground
everybody-
zero
yeah, exactly.
right here.
Next week, I've got those Visa cards to give away from ESET. So don't forget to cast your ballot. All you have to do is email live@category5.tv. Put the word ballot in the subject line. Put your registered username in the body of your email. If you're not already registered, go to our website, category5.tv. Register. It's absolutely free.
Excellent.
And you'll be qualified to win that card. $25 prepaid Visa card.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I can't believe I'm looking over my notes here. That's literally all the time we have. I think we've covered as much as we possibly can during that time.
Anything that we didn't cover this time, I will pick
Take care
back
of it
up next
week.
time.
Next week, I'm here all by myself. It's going to be fun. Gave everybody the night off. So it's going to be
Perfect.
old school. It's going to be just like the good old days, the olden days, back when it was
That's
just me and a webcam.
So I won't see you till the new year.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Excellent.
Good times.
All right. Well, thank you. It's been a slice.
Thanks, Sasha.
You're welcome.
Take care, everybody. Happy
Bye.
Merry Christmas and a wonderful Happy New Year. I will see you on New Year's Eve. So I'll see you next Tuesday night.
Take care.
Night.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Category 5 TV broadcasts live from Barrie, Ontario, Canada every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching this on demand or through cable TV, check out the local show times in your area at category5.tv and find out when you can watch live and interact in the community chat room. Category 5 is a production of Prodigy Digital Solutions and is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 2.5 Canada. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.